Welcome to FromRome.Info video. This is Brother Alex Spagnola, the editor and publisher of FromRome.Info, an electronic journal for news and information about Rome, the Vatican, and Italy, here in Warsaw. And I'm going to do several short videos today to explain how to visit the shrine of Our Lady of Czestochowa when you're in Poland. So you fly into Warsaw and take a cab to Central Station, Warsaw Central. There you can get a ticket for round trip is about $10, 62 zloty, and you ask them what track it's leaving from and what time. And there's a nice new clean station. I've boarded my train. I'm here in Warsaw Central, and the train should leave in a minute or two. Here in Poland, they have excellent train service, very reasonable prices. Everything is very neat, clean, new. High quality materials, not like in Italy or even the United States where the tracks are very old and dirty. And it only takes about 2 hours and 45 minutes to travel from Warsaw to Czestochowa. At Czestochowa, I will explain how to get transport for the shrine. So follow me today through pilgrimage, and sometime around 10 o'clock I should arrive at the shrine. That's in about 3 hours from now. God bless. This is my second installment for pilgrimage to Czestochowa, and you'll arrive at a station called Czestochowa Stradom, which doesn't look like you're in the city at all. But don't be fooled. Get off. Here's the train I just arrived on, and you have to head out this way, and that's the way I'm going now. So the shrine is only, I think, a few kilometers from here, so I'm going to see if they have public transport of some sort. And I think at first I'm going to stop for breakfast, because it's been a long trip, and I left Warsaw before any restaurant was open. God bless. So this is the shrine of Our Lady from the inside. I just came up the walkway. You can see it down there with the gateway. And the shrine of Our Lady of Czestochowa is not just a Marian shrine. It's a monastery of monks, Pauline monks, who've been here for centuries, I think 4 centuries. And so there's a lot of buildings here and museums, a lot more see than just Our Lady's shrine. Here is a pilgrimage tour getting explained to them. Look like high school students from a boys' school, actually. There's a beautiful mosaic of a copy of Our Lady of Czestochowa, showing her protection. And they have Stations of the Cross here. There's an information booth. And you notice this beautiful late Renaissance Baroque Polish architecture. It's very, very unique to this part of the world. Slavic. Look at this tower over there with the gold finials on it and a crown that must be Our Lady's crown. And here the gateway, and it says in Latin, Domum tuum Domine decet sanctitudo. Holiness is fitting to thy house, Lord. And above it are 2 sundials, one for the hours of the day in Roman numerals and one in Arabic numerals, and there's St. Michael at the top to protect it. You see a lot of images of St. Michael here in the shrine because of the need of protection against military forces that came here to sack it. And I think this is the shrine here. It says over here in Latin, Supreme Pontiff St. Pius X decorated this church with the title of a minor basilical of the Holy Cross and of the Nativity of the Blessed Virgin Mary on the 21st of November 1906. And there's a tiny little shield under there of Pius X. And it says Basilica, so it must be in here that Our Lady is, but the pilgrims all going elsewhere and come in here and see. some kind of ticket office. I don't know what that is. The Black Mother. Okay. So this reminds me of the Shrine of St. Michael in Gargano. You enter, and then the stairway goes down. Okay, here's a beautiful side altar. I'll show it to you here. And I'll stick my camera inside the grail so you can get a better view. Here's a beautiful statue of Christ bound as a prisoner. It's probably here because it's Passion Week. And here, I think, is the founder of the Pauline monks here. I think they're Norbertines. And that might be St. Norbert. Either that or St. Anthony of Padua. Looks like St. Anthony of Padua. I'm not going to insist it's St. Anthony because I'm a Franciscan, but who's to say what this little chapel is here for? It certainly looks like St. Anthony of Padua. I think it is, but yeah, I think it's a Franciscan saint. Look at these beautiful statues. I think Mass is going on, so.
Dziękujcie Panu, bo jest dobry, bo Jego łaska trwa na wieki. Niech dom Izraela głosi, Jego łaska na wieki. Niech wyznawcy Pana głoszą, Jego łaska na wieki. Kamień zgadzony stał się fundamentem. Kamień odrzucony przez budujących stał się kamieniem węgielnym. Stało się to wszystko.
Out of respect for the people who are praying there, I've left. I'll film a bit later. And this is my first installment, arriving in the sanctuary. So when you arrive at the Basilica, you need some direction because your thought is to go in to the church. That's the Basilica, but that's not where Our Lady is actually, this icon is kept. And as I mentioned before, this is a monastery, fully operational. They have agricultural operation. Here the monks are going by on their tractor. They're preparing for the spring planting. So what you have to do is you have to go in this archway here, under that beautiful image of Our Lady. That's where you go, okay? So we'll go that way. No one tells you this. Well, there's very few people that speak English here of the staff at the guide, mostly because and to find Our Lady, you're looking for this altar. That's the altar where she's going to be kept. So that's what you're looking for, and we'll see what we can find here. And here's a beautiful monument with some candles under it. It's all in Polish, but I see 1920, and that's when the Poles declared their independence and refounded the modern Polish state. And I see the Sacred Heart up there, so maybe this was an act of consecration to the Sacred Heart that they made. And, after Fatima, Our Lady only appeared one place to save a nation, and that was here in Poland, because Our Lady appeared above the heavens to frighten the Marxist, the Bolshevik army that had come to Warsaw to bring the revolution to Europe. And the Poles defeated them and drove them back all the way to Kiev, and which was one of the most stunning modern military adventures. And so maybe this remembers that. Then we have this inner courtyard here. As I say, this is a monastery. This goes on, and that's probably the basilica there. I don't know where Our Lady is, though. Here's another beautiful bronze monument, 1940-2010. I think this commemorates the suffering of the people of Poland from the year the National Socialists of Germany under Hitler got control of the country to modern times, and when they were under the Soviet boot. I don't know why it says 2010, but maybe it's because it's the 70th anniversary of their enslavement. Now, I don't know where... Let's see now. I don't know. I'm making a tour of it to tell you where to go, and I myself don't know. So there's all these other bronze monuments over here, and maybe I have to go in this direction. Well, I'm going to go to this church. I don't think it's this one, but I'll try here. Okay, so that altar behind the Grail, where they were saying Mass, that's where the image of Our Lady Czestochowa is, and for respect, I'm not going to film while they're during their service. Now you know how to arrive at the feet of the Queen of Poland. Ave Maria. I hope you enjoyed this video pilgrimage.